Hey, everybody. Welcome to Open the Gates. I'm your host, Matt Burke. And tonight we're going to be having on Eric Weathers. He's going to be talking about his book, Battle Brick Road 2. So if you guys could give a warm welcome to Eric, that would be awesome. What up, Eric?
How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm doing, man. I was just got back from a barbecue last weekend with a bunch of the CG West Coast over at Dillard's house. John
Nice.
Dillard. Yeah, and he oh man, they had carne asada. What else did they have? Hot dogs, hamburgers. Like it was just like everything you can name it. Pool party, man. BB guns, you name it. It's pretty cool, man.
That sounds great.
Saw a bunch of people there. Quaff, Hex Allen. Just it's weird seeing people online, and then you see them like in real life, and it's like, oh, you're completely like 3D rendered. It's weird. Some people are, it's weird just seeing them in real life. So
you're so used to that flat, and then their voice sounds different because it's not over a microphone or over your headset or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had that same thing. I met Vaughn 2019, I think, whenever he fulfilled Terror in the Trenches or Monster MD, and maybe it's 20. Anyway, I forget. Yeah, it was during the lockdown because we had to wear masks to go eat. Like he opened his door and it was like, I recognize you, but I don't recognize you. It was like this weird disconnect for a second, and then it sort of clicked. It sort of all fell into place.
Like, oh, okay, I recognize you.
Yeah.
So how's the weather going over there, man? Weatherman. That's fine. It's funny. I ask everybody that all the time whenever they come on. It just so happens that your last name.
It just so happens that I hear that every day.
Right.
No, it's good. It's good. We're supposed to get some rain tonight, so hopefully we do, because it's my favorite. Rain is my favorite thing. So
yeah, I love the rain, man. I love the I don't know. I just like overcast days. I'm cool with it. I only barbecue when it's like, the fall or winter. So I'm not getting bit up and whatnot. So
yeah,
that's always a good thing, You've been busy working on a bunch of books, throwing down some letters and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm always busy. So yeah, I'm working on some stuff for Malin right now, finishing that up. Should be done this weekend, and then we're going to go through edits and stuff next week. So as long as I don't get jury duty, because that's on the docket. I find out tomorrow evening if I have to go in.
Oh, that sucks, man.
So yeah,
that's happened to me a bunch of times, but something always comes up, man.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, there's some things I can tell you about that after the show, maybe.
I'll take all the advice I can get. I'm too busy.
I got a couple for you.
All right.
But yeah, man. And then are you still doing the Twitch show? I remember.
No, I haven't done Twitch in a while. It's probably been a couple of years. How long has it been since we've done a stream? It's been quite a bit since I've done Twitch. I honestly don't remember the last time I did it. So no, and I haven't even really streamed on my own YouTube channel in a little while. I kind of do maybe once or twice a month. And even now, even though I should be on there every day, still haven't. I've just, I'm working full time with the Rippaverse now. So that's okay. My day job is there, and then there's the freelance and freelance lettering and obviously drawing Battle Brick Road. In my nighttime, I just finished up a page this evening. So it's like, where would I squeeze it in? I don't know. I mean, I would love to do it, but it's like, having it on my schedule, like shows like this and other things for promo it's a little easier for me.
So. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, I remember watching you doing that, and you were doing the paintings back in the day. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but that, and then you were doing the Gentleman Scoundrels with Vaughn. I tried to kick that. I was working in a different career at that point, but I would come on sometimes in the morning before work. I'm like, oh, we'll catch these guys with some coffee. It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I remember you making the chat.
Yeah.
That was a fun show. We've talked about doing it again, but we haven't really set a time.
You guys are busy.
Committed to it. Yeah, We both are.
You guys are a lot busier now than when you were at that point. I mean, you guys were busy. You guys were busy as fuck back then, but now you're like easily twice as busy. You know, you guys got a lot of in the fires.
Yeah, absolutely. So not a bad thing, obviously, but you know, he's got all those books he's working on and videos he's making for people and sort of all that stuff. So like, when do you have time? When do I have time? I don't know. You kind of just have to make the time, but
yeah.
Then you're thinking like,
how many hours?
Yeah, it's like,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, how many hours a day do you sleep?
Oh, I still get a pretty good 6 to 8, somewhere in there.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, yeah, I'm not. Occasionally, I'm up late, like 1 or 2, because I'm trying to get something done or whatever. But yeah, I still get about 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I'm actually trying to wake up earlier in the day.
What's up, brother?
What's up, Corey?
Yeah, I love that, man. Like, I get up at 5:30 and then I go to bed at like midnight. So I get a good, well, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, but yeah, I mean, I do my day job and I'll come home and like tonight I'm not gonna. Well, I might work on my book a little bit tonight, do some drawings and whatnot. But yeah, just like I'm a busy dude too. I was wondering, man, what's your thoughts on Return to Oz? Do you like that film?
It's funny. Now that we're returning to Oz, people are asking that question quite a bit. I think it's awesome and creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's got some really wicked stuff, like the queen who can just take her head off and put on a different head, or like was it Gnome King or whatever his name is, that it's like in that cave with the hands and it's wicked.
Oh, yeah, DB Sweeney, Cagliostro from Spawn, and Merlin from Excalibur. Yeah, he's a good addition to that movie. And then you got Bad Morta from Willow. She's taking her heads off, you know. That movie's scary, bro. I remember seeing it as a kid. And like, whoa, this isn't the Wizard of Oz. Like, you know, and I watched it again with my kids, and the wheelies are like kind of scary too, you know.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah,
that'd be fun to come up with stuff for them in Battlebreak Road, to see what I could concept for that to make it even creepier.
All right. Yeah, man. I was wondering, man, you got a favorite metal band?
Well, yeah. I don't know if most people don't consider metal anymore, but I love Metallica.
They're metal.
When I'm not listening to them, I'm listening to Megadeth or Black Label Society.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah. In fact, I got to see Black Label 2015. That was a lot of fun. That was a fun show. Saw Metallica when they were here. I think it was 2019. And I haven't seen Megadeth, but I want to. I mean, the guys are all old now, so
you got to see them, dude.
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, like, oh damn, they just died. Like every day it's like someone dies.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, they just fucking died. Really? My best friend Dave, like, we have a band, and his favorite band, I don't know if they still are, but is Megadeth, and he play all their songs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Zach's tearing it up with Pantera right now. I'm seeing a lot of the stuff on the internet or whatnot.
He's killing it there. I have a buddy who was able to go to the LA Metallica show for their M72 tour, and Pantera opened the first night with Zach Wilde and all that. It's like, that's badass.
Right? It's just,
that would have been cool to see.
There's a show, like, there's 2 shows I want to go to. Like, there's this festival in Germany called Wacken, and that's like every year, and it's like 3 days, and it's basically like Lord of the Rings, you know. And there's like there's all these bands and like food vendors, and it's just crazy, dude. And it's in Germany. It's in the Black Forest, I think. So I want to do that one. And then there's this one of my favorite bands, In Flames. They do this thing called Brigham Briner, or they changed the name, but one year they rented out a castle, and so it's in Sweden, so you'd have to like drive into the courtyard, and they'd have like 2 bands play or 3 bands playing. It'd be like 2 nights, you know.
That's cool.
I think this time they did Cave. But yeah, they'll have food trucks in there, like gourmet craft stuff. So it's pretty cool.
We can't do that here. You can't have a concert at a castle here in the U.S.
Nah, maybe a fort.
Missed
I mean,
out
that
on
might
that
be
whole
kind
thing.
of
Yeah, a
cool.
fort, a Civil War fort.
Maybe a fort somewhere in like Louisiana.
Yeah.
Maybe get like a pirate ship, you know, and have the bands play on the ship and
get like on the
like
Queen
facing the
Mary
fort,
or
you know.
whatever.
Yeah, or a straight up pirate ship. Maybe you know,
Yeah.
and have some speakers set up, some amps. I think that would be pretty dope.
That'd be rad.
But we're
Was
talking
that-
about Battle Brick Road, man. You got your own. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, was that Amon Amarth on the intro music that I heard?
No, that's actually my band.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. We're actually I'm working on a couple songs right now for my next book. Hopefully a couple, at least one for sure. So I try to do that with every release. It started with Rot 10 Glory and Death Metal Hero. They did that for my first Butch Cleaver book, which was fun, dope. And then I was like, you know what, I could, because I've been in bands growing up through high school and in my 20s and early 30s, and I was like, yeah, man, I want to do that, man. So every book I'm putting out now, either I'm going to put out a song or I'm going to try to find a band to do something that relates to my release, you know.
That's great.
Yeah. So hopefully and then I could, you know, maybe release that with the campaign or whatnot. So it's just fun. It's a fun thing. And like right now I'm doing that. I'm writing the lyrics. I'm writing the dialogue for my book. And it's kind of going on a quest and editing. It's putting things in there, pardon me, so people could read it and not spoil too much. But I don't know, a lot of thinking. I put a lot of thinking into it.
That's good. I like the connection between music and comic books. I think it's really cool to see more things come together like that. Like just even if it's like a theme song or something that's written specifically for your book, and that's all it is. I really like that. Or even like when you're a creative, having a playlist, even if the music is all just music that already exists, nothing new, but like having like a Spotify playlist of like, this is, you know, like what I'm thinking of when I'm writing it, or like the mood I want to have when you're reading it. So like, I don't know if, do you know who Reagan Lodge is?
No. Sounds familiar.
He's an artist. He's been doing a graphic novel for a while, and he's been drawing it on Twitch, and it's like a diesel punk.
Okay.
Really, it's a really cool looking story. But he put out a Spotify playlist of like, the book's called Wyatt, and it's like, this is the sound. This, if he could have a soundtrack, it was this, and stuff from like Alien and just all this stuff from the 80s and 90s, and it had all these soundtracks, and it's like, okay, I get what you're going for this, for that vibe.
Yeah, totally. Like for that work that you're working on, this is the music that inspired said work, or I was listening to this music for said work. That's pretty awesome. Your book's Battle Brick Road, and Battle Brick Road 2 right now. You've got that out. Looks phenomenal. I've known you for a while now. I actually did some fan art for the first book, and it was published in there.
Right.
And it was fun. And believe it or not, I did like, I think 10 different thumbnails for that. Just and I would yeah, it was a lot. But for some reason I landed on that one, and I go back like, damn, I should have. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I picked a different one. But I know who you are. But for people that don't know who you are, maybe you can tell the people that are watching and that are going to watch the replay maybe a little bit about yourself.
Sure. If anybody out there watching doesn't know who I am, my name is Eric Weathers. I am a freelance comic book creator. I do a whole lot of lettering. That's sort of like the day job. I work right now, as for the past 4, 5, 6 months, I work full time with Eric July and his team. I'm their I do their lettering for their books, and all of the like getting it ready for print. It's called pre-press. I do various design work, various spot illustrations here and there, just sort of like just a part of the art team, with a specialization in obviously getting the books legible and printable. When I'm not doing that, I'm lettering basically all CG books, or a whole lot of them. Wrapping up some stuff for John Malin right now. Like I just did some Cyberfrog stuff. I mean, I'm on over 150 books at this point, that have my name on them. So that has sort of been what I've done for the past 5 or 6 years. Alongside that, I do draw my own book called Battle Brick Road, and it's a dark dystopian retelling, reimagining of the Wizard of Oz, sort of set in this not too distant future where the world is a desolate wasteland, and this other world, this other land was created and has been hidden through the sands of time, and
Awesome.
our protagonist finds it and goes on a journey through that world, trying to find her dad. But yeah, that's what I spend my time doing, is either lettering or drawing. So I stay busy.
Yeah, man, and I like I said before, like used to do these painting streams.
Mhm.
You're a pretty good painter, man. Your work's pretty badass, dude.
Thank you.
Also, too, you're oh, for sure, man, and you're drawing your book, writing. You do some of the writing too, I believe. And you also have another writer that's with
a little
you,
bit.
right? Zeb,
Yeah.
I think.
So I came up with the concept, and then I pitched it to a buddy of mine who's a writer, and his name's Zeb Hatfield. He scripts it for us, and we do a lot of back and forth, constructing, story ideas, plots, beats, and things like that. But I do the artwork, and he does the wordsmithing. We make a great team because we're coming up with one of the best books. I'll just say it's the greatest independent comic book ever made.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, dude. Who are some of your influences, man? Like I've noticed your art's been changing a lot too over the past few years. Like for drawing and maybe even writing too, like both.
I have been influenced by some different artists as of late. I'd say my biggest two influences are Dave Raposa, who is an illustrator, concept artist, painter, comic book artist, kind of does everything.
That's awesome.
Dave Raposa has been a huge influence on me, not just like artistically, but just even like work ethic. Like just everything he does is like, how does he get so much work done? I don't get it.
Right.
And then I've really, really dug Pepe Larraz's work as of late. He's really hitting a stride. And he has a way of painting his line art that I've been trying to figure out. I'm getting closer and closer to it. So yeah, those two have been like, I'm always looking at their artwork. I'm always consuming it and sort of trying to ingest it into my veins and just sort of, do my best to have my art sort of sit up there and, at least in my eyes, feel like it can, not that I'm as good as them, but, just sort of feel like maybe it fits in a way,
Oh, that's cool, man. And then as far as like, you do some writing. Do you have any other like doesn't have to be comic book like influences, but like writers that you like maybe?
I can't think of his name. He's blanking on me right now. I hate when that happens. Michael Raitt. He's I think that's his name. Zach Howard is the guy that's always drawing his books. They did a book called Wild Blue Yonder together. They did I forget what else. My mind is blank. His name's Michael Raitch or CHT, one of the two. And I think he's the writer. I might have it mixed up. But I like his stuff. It's really indie. It's really like telling kind of non superhero stories. It's kind of stuff I like, is sort of the more grounded stuff. So, but yeah, he's the one that comes to mind. Who else? I mean, honestly, I really like, I don't mean to, beat the drum for him too much, but Vaughn is massively a fantastic writer. I love his stuff, Von Klaus. And to say that he's not influencing me in some way would be ridiculous, because he absolutely is.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude. I got my Terror in the Trenches book. I can't wait to read it and do a review on it. Got to find a beer to match it up.
Yeah.
The Monster MD book was phenomenal, and yeah, I can't wait to read that. It's funny too, because sometimes
Same.
you can have people that they could become influences on you. Right now, Preston Acevedo, he's my buddy. I've known him for a few years. He's actually a big influence on my work now. He's in my top
awesome.
3. Him and Bisley and Kyle Hotz. Those are like my 3 big influences right now. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So we're talking about some of your influences. I actually like I like Frank Miller a lot. I mean, it is what it is. I like his work, and I really like Robert E. Howard. I've been reading a lot of this Solomon and Kane. Well, you can't see it, but his stories, they're just real fun.
Yeah.
Real fun words. Yeah. What up, Pops? So yeah, man, I got the Battle Brick Road 2 store up right now. You have a store campaign or a site now, right? So I was wondering if you like, I could share it, or if you want to share it, it's totally up to you.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Put on the waiting music. Dun, 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 for Jeopardy. Let's see here. Yeah, man, it's crazy, dude. Just like your take on the book. Obviously, I read it and I really loved it. I can't wait to get the second one. It's just cool seeing your take on Oz. You know what I mean?
It's been a lot of fun to work in this to play in this playground and work on Battle Brick Road too. Battle Brick Road, and just in general, like the whole story. It is a what's up, Dan? It's a wild place. It's a wild world to sort of put characters in, and I don't even think I've tapped it fully. Potentially, I don't think I've tapped its potential fully in my artwork yet. I think maybe looking at like book 3 and 4 before I'm like fully realizing like what I see in my head to really get it on the page. And it's been a struggle because I don't want it to look too whimsical or too like over the top, but I don't want it to be too just bland or regular. So it's fun to sort of play with things to make it its own, make it, our version of what Oz is. So, I'm looking forward to continuing down that Yellow Brick Road, as it were.
Yeah, man, like just like your take, with the Scarecrow and the lion. Like, just I never would have thought of that. You know what I mean? It's really cool, and just the whole ballistic, military approach, almost to the world of Oz. It's just something really cool I never seen before. Drew me right in.
Thank you. It's one of those things that's like, well, why hasn't this been done yet? There's been there's been a lot of different takes and Oz inspired stories and all of that, but I don't think it had been done like this before. So it felt like like I said, like, why, how is it me that came up with this idea? How has it not been done already?
Well, there's some brutal Oz, like brutal metal Oz, things like that,
Yeah.
But I don't take them. To me, that's just fun. Yours, to me, it's more serious and grounded, like in the world, and it's like that's the way I see it. I take it seriously,
Yeah.
And it's like ain't messing around. I think that I was talking on the other stream. They have a Call of Duty skins of Spawn now. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that today.
Spawn, and I was like, wow, yeah, that would be cool if like there was like a Scarecrow one, man, or a Tin Man, or even
they did that back in 2020 with Modern Warfare 1. I think it was. There was like this Scarecrow looking. I think it might have even been called Scarecrow.
Really?
Or something like that. Yeah. Because I was like, because my book was funding and the art was out there, and it's like, that looks very familiar. I mean, it wasn't like it didn't look exactly like my character, but it was pretty neat to see, like, okay,
some resemblance.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he's got the mask, and I'm gonna look that up right now because
right.
I don't remember what it was called, but maybe it was just called Scarecrow.
It's interesting, right?
We'll have to wait and see. Yeah.
Yeah, the Spawn. I haven't played Call of Duty in like 20 years, but I was like, damn, I'd like to play that if I can use his chains and escape. Kind of like the Darkness game. They had a first-person Darkness game, first-person view.
Oh, I remember.
The Top Cow comment. Yeah, my little brother had it, and Mike Patton from Faith No More and Mr. Bungle, he voiced the actual Darkness, so he could do all these crazy vocal patterns. It's pretty cool.
Here, I found it.
Yeah, man. I actually. Oh, let's take a look. Yeah, yours is way better, dude.
Thank you.
Like, this is cool and all, but it's just like, kind of.
Yeah, it's the stitched face and all of that. It's like, it's close, but it's certainly not like a. I can't expect them to have seen Battle Brick Road and all of that. So.
No, I don't think so, dude. Yeah, it's just kind of basic. This right here. But like yours would be sick, dude. Like with the sights and whatnot,
I want to do a Battle Brick Road video game, so
yeah, that'd be awesome. Like there could be different types of games, like first person, free, like like Zelda. There could be that, beat 'em up, like different. I could see so many different styles of video games. Yeah, right here you got the first cover right here. This is your cover, right?
Yep, cover A, drawn by me, colored by Brett Smith. Brett R. Smith.
Really like that cover. You. And then right here you got this is the Malin Ethan mashup cover, right?
It's just Malin. Ethan never inked it, so it's
no shit. Okay.
Yeah, the line art that John provided was more than enough to just say, let's just go with that and get it colored. So
yeah,
again,
that makes sense.
Colored by Brett Smith, and that's the first time they've been on a piece together since Jawbreakers Lost Souls from like 2018. So sort of bringing the band back together, so to speak, for that cover. So I lettered that book too, so it's like a trifecta for that cover there.
It's like the first CG book, like reunion in a way.
In a way, yeah.
And then right here you got the Battle Brick Road 2 cover SE. So I remember you were saying that no cover is the same if they were to back this one possibly at some point.
Yeah, so every version of that rolls off the printer, it will be unique from every other one. We're using a printing technology. It's like a collage printing technology that a lot of times used on labels and things like that, with just sort of generic designs to make labels all different colors, and not everyone's the same. Nutella did it. They did like 7 million variations off of like 6 different designs. And so our printer like presented this to us and was like, oh yeah, we're going to do that. So so every cover that we print will be unique, and it's only going to be available on the website. It's going to be signed and numbered, and the character placement and size and the shapes and sizes of the bricks and all of that will all be different for every single one. Even if you buy more than one, and if you buy 2 or 3 or 100, they're all going to be different. So
that's crazy.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're going to have some original piece of art.
Yeah, unique to you for sure.
Then right here you got the dynamic duo bundle with cover A. That's Kelsey Shannon's cover, right?
Yeah, Kelsey Shannon's cover is for the reprint of Battle Brick Road 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really like that cover, man, too. It's really got like that old school, like 80s comic booky feel a little bit, even maybe like cartoon video game.
Yeah, it feels like art. A G.I. Joe like toy card. Like they had the bio things on the back. That's what that feels like. That orange burst in the background and all of that.
He really did a good job with that.
Yeah, he knocked it out of the park.
And then we got the basically the same thing, but with Malin's cover. Then we have the third one. And the one that's unique, every printed version of it, that's your art, right? That's your cover as well.
Yes. Yeah. So cool. I drew all the elements that just sort of get reconfigured on every print. So none of it's going to be computer generated. I drew it. It was colored by Steve Cannon. So yeah, all the artwork has been created by me, and I have control of the software itself that does the algorithm. So I'll be able to look at every cover and make sure that things line up and aren't overlapping incorrectly. Somebody's hand going over somebody else's face or something. things like that. I want to make sure that the cover looks good when the customer gets it too. So that's
sweet,
been
man.
important to me.
That's pretty innovative. And then right here you got.
I think it's the first time ever in comics. So
I never even heard of it before. That's pretty cool. And then right here you have your cover, Malin's cover, and then the one we were just spoke of. You get the three covers.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. And then right here we got the super fan bundle. That one's got some music with it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we have a record we're doing. It's a 7-inch, 2-song EP, two-sided, one song each side, and we've got a theme for Scarecrow.
Nice.
Called The Reaper Cometh, and a theme for Tin Man called The Spark. And it's sort of
awesome.
storytelling in there for those characters, but in music form.
I like that. I can't wait to. I mean, hopefully one day I get to hear it. And
then you can right now. So
really?
The music's out for free if you. It's on my YouTube channel. Also on the website itself, you can, like in the add-on section, if you wanted to just buy the record or add it on to an order, in the underneath it, the songs are there. You can actually just click them and listen to them whenever you want.
That's dope.
I think Zeb is working on getting them uploaded to like Spotify and Apple Music and all of that, so that we can get it out there a little bit more. But obviously, if you want the record, it's going to have its own sleeve and all of that, and yellow vinyl. We're kind of making it special, so having that collector's item, even if you don't even have a record, you can hang it up or something. Super rare in terms of comic book creators doing original soundtracks and things. So,
and then you got the Battle Brick Road print collection right here. I think you were saying something like was the prints that can tear out, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Yep. So we're working with our printer to dial in exactly how it's going to be done. The easy one is micro perforation, which I don't love, but if it's all they can do, then it's better than not having it at all. So that would be like you'd be able to fold it and tear it out. But what I would like is that the kind of binding you get on like a notepad, where you can tear the pages out and then throw on that strip of glue. That's what I'm envisioning. But essentially, yes, it's going to be an 11 by 17, so full print size book with 10 plus, depending on funds, we might be able to add more pages to it, but at least 10 pieces of art, all new, all just for this, never before seen. We're not going to throw in any covers in there that have been made or anything like that. So 10 artists from around CG that want to be a part of this. We've got Dan Lawless, Shantan Jetty, I'm going to forget some names, Chad Townsend, Irene Strakowski. I don't know how to say her last name. Renee Draws. I think there's one more, but his name's escaping me. I think. Or maybe there's not, and I just don't know. But there's some other people I'm reaching out to say, hey, I'm going to be a part of this. So
some heavy hitters.
Get 10. Yeah, and then we're going to have an art contest in the near future. And then whoever wins that grand prize, first place, will also be in the book, in the print book.
Nice. You hear that, all the artists out there? Start doing some fan art. Jump on these art contests.
There will be a cash prize as well. So, get in there.
You might win it. That's I do that sometimes too. Like if there's dude, those are fucking posters. You said 11 by 17?
Yeah.
So you're basically getting like a book of posters that no one's ever seen before. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty innovative.
Yes, sir.
So you're just charting some new territory, Eric. That's pretty awesome.
I try. When you get on the first book and you're gifted the gift of a Kenneth Rocafort cover, how do you how do you go up from there? You gotta break down barriers of like the first time any comic book's ever been printed this way, or like a poster collection that nobody else has done yet, or a vinyl record. Now I don't know what I'm going to do for book 3 and 4. It's we'll see.
I'm sure you'll do it. Not only are you the weatherman, but you're the idea man.
There we go.
Yeah, but Rockerford, he's one of the, like, I mean, we have a lot of visionaries in CG and, you know, in the world too, but he's really up there, like in the extreme visionary set. I think like top 3, dude, of our time, with just his art, in my opinion. Corey was wondering if it's a cash prize.
Yes, first place, probably first 3, top 3 will get some monetary thing, but number 1 will get in that book as well.
That's cool, man.
The details to come at a later date for the art contest.
And then right here you got the big bundle right here. This is the I Want It All, and right here you got the first printing of the first book. You have cover A of this book, Malin's cover. You have Kenneth Rockerford's variant cover of the first campaign, probably. You also have the variant cover that is completely unique to you. You also have Kelsey Shannon's print of the reprint of the first issue. You have the soundtrack. You have the Battle Brick Road print 11x17 tear out book, and also you have Operation Zephyr, which is an awesome book too, from the first campaign, where it has all that behind the scenes goodies and the fan art in the back. I really like that book. Just like the way Vaughn put it together. I think Vaughn did, right?
So we had Ryan Honorado do the initial layout of like the base pages of like what the background of the pages were going to look like, and then Vaughn went in and put it all together.
Yeah, that's dope, dude. I like what he does. What he does with like how he did with the Terror in the Trenches. Just a lot of like back matter and like his dossiers and things like that.
Yeah,
looks really cool.
Yeah,
he's awesome with that.
Again, something I haven't seen with those terror files, I think he called it, and they have the terror vial as well, the gas vial.
I haven't seen that either.
It's really cool that people trying to do new things. I love that's one of the reasons why he's an inspiration, is because of like the ideas he comes up with too. It's like, oh wow,
you got to too, man. Like you got to bring, you got to kind of stick out. You know what I mean? In the crowdfunding industry. You got to kind of think of like at least something if you can. I mean, you don't have to. Obviously, it's a story that's going to sell. The art, and the art's going to bring people in. The story is going to bring them back. But if you could do a little something different, that's always cool. And you're doing like 3 different things right here. So
yeah, maybe I put too much into this one. Who knows? I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about it though.
Yeah, no, this is what you're doing. It's awesome, dude. It's nothing crazy to, for me, it's made me want to buy it more. But this is cool, man. And I love your site. I think this is, like they say in the movie, The Aviator, Scorsese, it's the way of the future, man. I think that everybody should have their own site like that,
It's certainly not easy. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and I can understand why people wouldn't want to do it, especially if you don't know how to do any website stuff.
Yeah.
Or if you're just too busy with everything else, maybe having somebody do it for you. But I'm just following the footsteps of those that have come before. I can't take credit for being the first guy. Obviously, Aerith's doing it. Eric July did it. Michael Bancroft did it. Stuntman Comics, they have their own website. 9 Lives have their own website. So I like.
Yeah.
What's that?
Sim Potier, Ink Slayers, they got their own website too.
Yep.
A lot of people, man.
I like it because one, I mean, obviously the biggest thing is you don't have any platform fees. The money that you make goes directly to you. And when Indiegogo is out there shadow banning accounts and you don't even show up when you search for the title of the book, it's like, well, what am I paying this 5% for? It's like,
right. Like, but
I mean, EVS did $1 million on Wreck Planet. $50,000 of that went to Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's pretty outrageous, man.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad, Like for me, like for my my next book, I'll do Fund My Comic, but my main goal is to have this and have a Patreon. That's exactly what I want to do with exclusive.
That's a great way of doing
content
it too.
for Patreon. I've seen creators do it. They have their own website and Patreon. Patreon gets their own content. But yeah, man, I think but ultimately you got to have your own site. And man, you got some more goodies right here. You got that T-shirt, Fear the Reaper. That's pretty metal, dude.
That's
drew
a
that?
Von Klaus
did that
design. That's Von. Von did that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Von.
Yep.
Man, Von's a great artist. I was always like, sometimes they'll be trolling in your chat, like, hey man, you need to draw a book. You need to draw your own book, dude, just for fun, you know.
He does.
He's a good artist. He's a good artist too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and you can get the basically add everything on. You can get signatures right here too.
Yep. And the great thing about this website too is you're able to order however you want, right? So if you wanted a piecemeal, whatever you want to get A and C and you know, get the record and a shirt, then you can. You're not beholden to specific perk levels that you know, but I want to also get this. So we have that. And the great thing is if you want to come back and order again, you don't have to pay extra shipping. You just put the code free shipping at checkout if you're already a customer, and it will add free shipping to your next order or any future orders, because they'll all ship together. And on my end, shipping prices don't go up, at least domestically. Shipping prices don't go up with the shipping that I'm using. So $8 across the board. If you buy one book or 10 books, it's only going to cost you $8. It doesn't cost me any more to ship it. So that money's going directly into the you know, paying for the mailer and the postage and all that. So yeah, so
awesome,
I've been able to find some great deals for shipping and try and keep them as low as possible.
That's cool. People are really like big on the shipping costs now, you know, and that's awesome of you to do that. You know, that's, you know, people complain about that a lot.
Thank you. Yeah. And you know, there's only so much we can do, but I was able to find some discounts through Pirate Ship, through some of the things they do there, and use that, and I can keep the cost low for the backer, and then, you know, maybe use Mike or Critical Blast for some of that overseas fulfillment stuff. Overseas stuff, yeah, but still within. I think our costs should still be covered, and I don't think we'll be in the red on any of that. Of course, who knows what might happen between now and fulfillment, but because you know, things are wild out there, but so far so good.
Well, and the thing is too, man, like people see you trying. Sometimes a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing, you know. And and putting forth, like, trying to bring it down, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I did too. Is not only is it, you know, it doesn't, you know, you can get free shipping on subsequent orders, but our shipping isn't $10 domestically; it's $8. Trying to cut costs there for the backer. You're not paying $25; you're paying $24.99. So I save you a whole penny there. What else was there? Oh, I had a thought.
I was going to say, like, at my movie theater, right? It's been closed down for 5 years since the pandemic. It was, at one point, it was the biggest movie theater in the world. I've seen Batman there, Batman Returns, and it reopened. And now they have, instead of, you know, $6 Tuesdays, that's where, like, nationwide or statewide, it was Tuesdays or $6 movies. You know, even before the pandemic, because a lot of people just don't go to the movies anymore. Now it's $5. So yeah, that's where I'm going to go. It's just $5. Got that nice ring to it. They just bring it down $1, you know? And then also they're offering Sunday until 6 p.m. $5. So I'm like, oh, well, looks like we're going to go watch Aquaman. Looks like I might go see the Expendables someday, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's $5. I can take the family because it's $5.
That's what, that much. Yeah, so we do that. There's an AMC here. They have during the summer, at least here in our town, they have $5 Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So I'm able to take the boys to go see, you know, movies that would normally cost us way, you know,
$15 to
$40. Yeah. And then $40 just for all of us to go.
And it's like, if you go for $5, you could probably get a bucket, you know, and maybe get some popcorn, you know. I don't know. I like getting popcorn in the movies.
And plus we're in the we're graced with a drive-in here where we live.
Oh,
and we're going to go see. They're doing $15 carloads this weekend instead of individual tickets.
We're going to go watch.
And there's Blues Brothers.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun. Are they going to say the Expendables 4?
No, that is showing, but they're doing on Sundays in the summer and in late summer they do like throwback movies and stuff. So
those are the best, dude.
Stuff in the 80s. Yeah. Yeah, like we saw Beetlejuice last year.
Oh yeah, I love me some Beetlejuice. That Michael Keaton poster just dropped online. I don't know if you've seen it yet. but it's him in the garb, and then he's got the whole like number, you know, when he's waiting at the end, you know, the lady gives him the number. I'm like, finally, I got my, you know,
I didn't see that.
I
Is
love
this
me
real?
I think it is, dude, and it says 2024, and yeah, man, I've been waiting for Beetlejuice my whole life. Like I love Beetlejuice. I love that universe. I got the cartoon on Blu-ray, all the seasons, Emmy award-winning cartoon. Different universe than the movie universe, but it's still dope. I have my kids watch it. But yeah, man, I was talking about on the last stream I was on. A lot of people aren't probably going to go see the Expendables 4. But I want to check it out.
I don't know if it's any good.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like the so far the trailer, it looks kind of weak. I mean, I'm not really pumped up. Like, I'm not seeing some really cool stuff. I'd like to see what Tony Jaa's going to bring to the table, and then hopefully Stallone does some cool stuff. Maybe Statham does some cool stuff. They're really pushing it's rated R, not PG-13 factor. But half the team is like kind of gone, dude. So I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out if you know. But I don't know, man. Like there's just not that many movies coming out this year. Really, like I really want to go see, you know. So far.
Yeah.
The best movie I've seen
really
last year, I think, was Puss in Boots. I think that was probably the best movie I've seen last year. I was like, yeah, that Puss in Boots was really good. Like I took the whole family, that one and Mario. Like, I mean, hate to say it, I mean that I could think off the top of my head. I wasn't really blown away this year by anything.
And no, I didn't see Puss in Boots, and I'd only ever heard glowing reviews for it. So we'll have to check it out.
It has one of the best.
Saw Mario.
Yeah.
What else did we see? We saw the Ninja Turtles.
Like, you know, that choppy animation like Ninja Turtles and like Spider-Verse has where it chops. Well, in the movie, like Puss in Boots, he's like about to die and death's coming after him, and it's voiced by Pablo Escobar. He's a wolf, you know. He's got these two sights similar to like the Reaper, you know, and he's coming after him. And whenever he comes after him, that's when the animation gets all choppy, like, you know, the new trendy animation, you know. And he's in a retirement home with other cats, and then it's hilarious, dude. I highly recommend that movie. It was surprisingly the best movie in the Shrek franchise, and I like me some Shrek.
Okay.
But yeah, man. And then we got a free print right here. Every single backer is going to get this free print, right?
Yes, every backer will get that print. Artwork by Otis Frampton, who does just a cute style. He's got a really great style for kid-friendly stuff. He's a huge Oz fan, so he reached out to me last year. It was like, hey, I want to do a piece for this. Let me know. He said, just tell me when you're ready for me. And I got the piece from him earlier this year, and it turned out, I mean, I didn't see any preliminary sketches or anything. He just handed me this. I was like, dude, this is amazing. Right. And he even sent the original art to us. So I gave that to Zeb because he's got little ones. I have an 8 and a 13-year-old, but he's got 4 and under. He's got little tots running around. So
I got a 4 and a 10-year-old, but they both love this stuff.
Yeah. So, but no, Otis is he's always been around. Like, I've always known of his work. And to have him a part of this has been wonderful, but he's in the hospital right now. He had brain surgery and it went bad.
Oh, so man.
It's been a wild time waiting for good news from there. So he's going into re-surgery a second time, like tomorrow.
Well, I'll be praying for him. I know how that is. Yeah. My dad's had brain surgery multiple times.
Yikes.
It's pretty rough, but my dad's kicking and he's kicking ass still. So we'll put some prayers in for him.
Appreciate that.
I love this scene right here. Oh yeah, that popped in my head earlier too, and I've talked about it before in the past, but I'll do it again because it's fucking metal. You're not afraid to show a little bit of like gore in here or blood. You know what I mean? And it just makes it serious. It's not overly cartoonish, but it's there, and it makes the story that much more intense. I loved it. And
thanks. Yeah, I know some books can be gratuitous with it, and some books can shy away from it completely. I want to try and ride that line where you're going to see people getting their throats cut. You might see somebody get disemboweled, but once in the book, like in Battle Brick Road 1, where the guy gets his guts torn out by the Kalida. We're gonna have more things like that, but not. It'll be like one thing, like kind of like how if you watch Indiana Jones, there's that one scene where the guy's face
that
melts.
Face melter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like heart rip.
One of those.
Heart rip. Yeah.
Yeah. But not have the whole
so
book
brutal.
just be. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it brings the levity and the balance to it, right? You just gotta have that one.
Exactly.
So no, I hear you, man. That's awesome. He would be a cool cosplay, bro. Okay, and kind of and doable. Like I have like military surplus stores in my neighborhood. I could totally, yeah.
I think
he'd be a cool cosplay,
when I'm at a convention and somebody shows up in full Scarecrow battle gear with the sides and like,
Scarecrow?
did he just go full Scarecrow? Yeah, that will awesome, be the dude. Like that'll be like, okay, we made it. Like that's legit,
right? Hey, dude, there's gonna be a big CG con, like a real big CG con someday, and you know, I think you might be surprised at some of the things we see there. Who's this character right here, dude?
Cool. So his name, well, we've had a lot of back and forth on the guy's name, but his name's Grunge. Okay. He is, if you notice, I think we got to adjust the colors a little bit on that still, but he's the leader of the Lollipop Guild.
Oh man, okay.
But we don't call them that in the book, so I don't want to right. I don't want to have those words in the book. So then you start singing the song in your head when you're trying to read Battle Brick Road. It's all like just in the imagery and not in the actual
something guild, you know. I don't know.
But but so he's their leader, and he is a tyrant, and you know he's kind of got. If you imagine, did you ever see Book of Eli?
Yes, I have.
The Gary Oldman character in Book of Eli.
Yes, he's my favorite actor. Yeah, that movie.
Oh, mine too. Yeah.
Who's your favorite actor? Yeah, Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Dracula.
Him was sort of an inspiration for this kind of character. We're just like when he's in
Hannibal,
The Professional, like when he's just
that he's just
that craziness.
Because it's funny you say that, because I'm thinking of him in Hannibal as well, but I'm also thinking of him in Fifth Element, like with the bald head, you know. So, I mean, Gary Oldman, yeah, that's cool, dude.
His wild craziness in The Professional is sort of sort of where I picture him in, like this character, this Grunge character, and he's their leader, and he has this. They are basically human traffickers, and since Thea killed the Watcher of the East in the first book, spoiler alert, with the dropping of the drop pod, he's out a big client. He's out a big customer who would pay him a lot for people, for bodies. And so he's not happy about that. And Scarecrow's not happy about him just existing in general. So there's a vendetta there that Scarecrow wants to fulfill. And Grunge is a part of that. He also that you don't see it much in the images here, but that staff he has is his way of sort of in the world. There is in Oz they created these labor mate bots. So the wizard and created these labor mate bots, and they were manufactured in East and West Oz, and they were just made to help people with their daily chores. And think of iRobot, right?
Yeah.
Well, he and several other people have figured out how to reprogram them for an army. So that's part of that background war that happened in the past. Is he reprogrammed a bunch of these bots, and that device he carries around is a part of that.
Well, that's cool. So he controls the bots with his staff, pretty much.
Well, he can sort of disable them and get them reprogrammed. So, and then if anything gets out of line, he can use that to make sure they don't get out of line too far.
Do you have a Winco where you live? A Winco grocery store out there?
No.
So I guess it's like a Midwestern store as well. It's called Winco. It's employee owned, but they have a big like Zamboni, like 4.5 feet tall robot that goes and cleans the whole store and mops the floor. And it's big, dude. And like you have and it goes beep beep beep. So it's like, yeah, you think of the little, discs that we have that go around and clean our house, but
Roomba,
now the Roomba. But now we have these big, like Zamboni size things that go through the grocery store. It'll stop and it'll get in your way, and like it's huge, and it cleans the whole floor, and it's in there all the time, every day. Because I usually go by the store, like the grocery store, probably like 2 or 3 times a week, and
yeah,
we're not that far off from there, dude. We're actually kind of there,
Yeah, different. Yeah, there's I don't know, just a regular mop bucket and a low-level employees. All you ever really needed back in the day.
Right? Exactly. There's a Tin Man right there, huh?
Yes, it is.
So will the Tin Man, will that face ever open up?
Well, there's nothing in there but gears and circuitry.
Okay.
There's not a human in there. He's a robot.
Okay. Will the face ever transform into something other than that?
I don't think so. There
I
is
always
something
wondered.
like that in the book.
Yeah.
But it's not for Tin Man.
That's crazy. I love the way you handled the I forgot which it was, but it was at the end of the first book. I was like, dang, this is really cool. And then Eric Canetti did that piece of art for it, I believe. Oh man,
yeah,
so
the
cool.
Watcher of the East.
Watcher of the East, so cool. And I just love the way the story ended. And I can't wait to get this book. I haven't backed it yet, but I will back it, and I cannot wait to get it.
Yeah, it's like we're really pushing the envelope with the story here. Obviously, Scarecrow was a huge hit, and we just teased him in the first book. You're gonna get a whole lot more Scarecrow.
Teased him. I feel like the first book was like the first part of the first movie, but in your eyes, if that makes sense. Like she just barely like landed out of the tornado at the end of the book, right? That's how I felt, because in the Scarecrow, she has to go through some shit before she gets to him in the movie, so, and that's barely like kind of where this one picks up, but so much more, like all the different types of apes that you have instead of just the monkeys, like the chimpanzees. Oh man, so cool. But you hear that, guys? You guys got to come over and back Battle Brick Road 2. You can come to the site, basically pick out whatever you want. And then there's this code right here for free shipping. I have the link pinned to the top of the chat. So if you guys want to pick it up, you can shoot up right there. So yeah, man.
The first 30 days ends in a little over 3 days. I will extend it for another 30, sort of keeping in that whole, Indiegogo crowdfunding thing. And then after that, so that'll end, I think, just before Halloween. After that, any of the sale prices that we have, the discounts we have for bundles and stuff, those are going to go away. So those will all be full price after the end of the second run, the second leg of the campaign. So if you want to get in, you want to save a few bucks, this is the time to do it.
Hell yeah! So get in right now while you get that good amount. And I was wondering, what's some of your approach to thumbnailing and setting up a page, dude? Like, I know you do digital, but as far as your thumbnailing, do you thumbnail digital as well?
Yeah, everything I do right now is on the computer or on the iPad. So I just thumbnail out based off of whatever the script entails, and then I'll make adjustments if needed. Whether or not I need to move something to a different page, or maybe even cut something out, or combine panels, or split one panel into two. If I feel like the story could be told differently or more efficiently with the way that I like to draw. But I'm really rough, really loose with my thumbnails.
Right.
And then I'll even on digital, I'll still draw them very, very small. And then I'll blow them up to the size of which I will draw at. And then from there, I will sort of do another iteration of that. And sometimes when I rough in over my thumbnails, sometimes I'll completely change the layout, because I just need to get those ideas down. And then if I see them, I think, oh, no, it would be better if I do this. So it's never really locked in until it's ready to ink.
Like for me, I do the same thing too. Like I was, I type up a whole script, and then I wait for that page to get to that page. Then I do my thumbnails after that, so I can just have it there. But I try to keep it open, unchained, unshackled. That way, it's fun. Okay, time to get to page 40 now. You know what I mean? Let me read the dialogue and see what's supposed to be there, and then I don't know. I try to think about it too much when I'm writing it, and then I get there. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do that, and then Just keep it kind of amorphous, I think it's the same thing for writing too, man. You kind of just gotta, if you come up with a cool concept, you just gotta kind of get it down on paper or type it on your phone just to get it out there, and then start whittling away at it,
Yeah, we work pretty well together in a like quasi Marvel method. Like he'll write dialogue, but it's always sort of rough dialogue. Very few lines make it completely from like the draft that I draw to the one that gets lettered. Not very few, but quite a few lines do get changed just because
you can
he
think of
knows
something better
that.
Or something.
Yeah, we sit down and like write the dialogue after the book, when the book's ready to letter. So like there's rough dialogue in there, but then we'll go through later. Let's change this line. Let's cut that. Let's add this here.
Yeah. And some lines are just like, no, that's gotta fucking stay. Like that was there from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like that's
sure.
like for me, like I love like little signs or like, oh, that's a hook right there. Like that's a catchphrase, or that's a little cheesy. I'm gonna roll with it. Like, or just something, like that has to stick, or you have,
I
don't know.
A lot of East's dialogue was from the jump, like perfect. And we kept in the way he wrote it the first time. Yeah. So
I believe in that from the jump thing on a lot of levels. Like I think that also boils down to sometimes when you're doing your thumbnails where you're like, ooh, you like, it's so good, it's so loose. You know what I mean? And your first sketches for that thumbnail, you don't want to lock it into some inks. You know what I mean? And it's hard, and your brain just really knows. I compare it to with like writing music. Sometimes like that first riff that you write is generally probably the best one. Not all the time, but like a lot of the time, man, most of the time it's just it's so raw and it's to the point, and it just, I don't know, there's something on that wavelength where that initial riff or thumbnail or dialogue that you said, sometimes it really cuts to the heart of it,
I don't know why that is, but it's true. It's like if I do concept work for character design or something, it's like sometimes it takes the iteration, sometimes it takes the 6, 7, 12 designs before you get it right. But a lot of times that first one is like, that's the one.
It's annoying too, right?
I'll do 3 or more. You do a few more to see.
You're like,
the first one was
like
the right
looking
one.
at you. It's like looking at you still. You're like, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite movie?
My go-to answer has been, for the longest time was Saving Private Ryan, but honestly,
good one.
I think The Martian right now is probably
really
might have edged it out. Yeah, okay. I love. I could watch. That's one of those movies that I watch.
I've never seen it. Never seen
it. A couple times a year.
Wow. That's Ridley Scott too, right?
Yep, Ridley Scott. Yep. Yeah, I watch it probably 2 or 3 times a year. Like it's just like it. Yeah, put it on.
Just the one.
The other movie that I do that with is Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that movie's pretty badass.
Yeah,
I like that movie a lot, dude. I liked Oblivion too. Like I only watched it one time, Oblivion. But I thought it was really cool. And I think there was like, okay, so it's been a while, but I was watching like special features on it, a documentary, and I think there was like some really cool, like it was either a graphic novel or there was really cool storyboard art that looked graphic novel-esque. Went with it.
That sounds familiar. I don't remember if it was based on one or not. I know Live Right Edge of Tomorrow was based on a manga.
French one. A manga, that's right.
Yeah.
And it had a different title, I think.
Yeah, so All You Need Is Kill.
All You Need Is Kill. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. I remember there was another movie.
Say those two are probably my top that I just kind of, if I were to look at my most played movies on like, Vudu or whatever, they'd probably be the top 2.
So with that movie, right? There's another one that's out with Mel Gibson and Frank Grillo. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think Boss Level. Have you heard of that one? So he has these dreams, right? And I started watching and I was like, damn, this is dope. I'm gonna have to come back and watch it later. Like sometimes I see that with movies I really love. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna watch this. I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna watch this again until I buy it because it's so freaking good. But Boss Level was like that to a certain degree. I was gonna watch it again, and What's up, suckers? What's up, Dillard?
Hey, man.
How you doing, brother? But he gets killed, and he's reborn again. He gets killed, and he's reborn again. That's how it keeps going. He dies through like these action sequences, you know. And it's that dude Frank Grillo from like Warrior and played Crossbones and Captain America: Winter Soldier. I think. I thought he would have been a good Punisher. A side topic as well.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and that was and then Mel Gibson is like ahead of this whole thing, like, oh, all right, kill him again, fuck him, you know, kill him again, you know, and did Eric cut his hair? That's terrible. No, that's wait, I can't do it. Yeah, I'm pointing the other way. Yeah, that's me. And I'm Eric. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, Eric cut his hair, dude. You know what? It's funny, but they says that like I didn't recognize you, dude. Like straight up, you like totally
I shaved my beard too. It's coming back, but
you look like beard, dude. You look like I don't know how old you are, but yeah, man, you look like you're 21.
That's what I've actually heard that a couple of times. I'll take it. If a beard's gonna knock off almost 20 years, if I shave it, then yeah,
that's awesome, dude. To me. Yeah. But yeah, man, those are I definitely check out. I mean, I guess check out that movie. It looked really cool. I think it's on Amazon Prime, and I do like me some Mel Gibson.
I wrote it down. I'm gonna check it for sure because I'm a big Mel Gibson fan. So
oh, you are? Yeah, me too. Yeah. I can't wait for Passion of the Christ 2. That movie's gonna be awesome. Mm-hmm. And there was this movie that I like, one of the best movies I've seen in recent years that I like a lot, that like, if it's on, or I'm like, I want to watch it. It's called Brawl in Cell Block 99 with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah. And I don't
like Vince Vaughn. Like his comedy is kind of like, it was during that like 90s era or aught era where it's just like, all right, Wedding Crashers, he's funny, you know, whatever. Yeah. He's all right. But he ain't like, you know, I ain't smacking my knee at him, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
He did this movie and he's just a tall dude, just whoosh, whoosh, you know, and I'm not going to go into details about it, but it's like one of the best movies I've seen in a while. I really like that one a lot. And he plays this like kind of, you know, Southern boy in there, you know, and deal goes wrong with the cartel. I don't know if anyone told you about it before, like the synopsis a little bit.
I think I know like a vague idea of what it is, but
well, that director is a visionary. It's like P. Craig Zoller. He's a metalhead too, but he did that. His first movie was Bone Tomahawk, and
I've seen that,
which is brutal. Like that movie's hard for me to watch. I think it's one of the best horror westerns of all time. So he's did that. The second movie was Brawl in Cell Block 99. His third was Dragged Across the Concrete with Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn, and that movie's really good too. But
writing all these down.
But it's kind of like Tarantino-esque in some ways, that one.
Mm-hmm.
But Brawl, like, so he's in the beginning of the movie, he finds out his wife's cheating on him. He's a mechanic. He just starts beating his car up, just tearing his car up, just beating the crap out of it. You know, he goes home, and his wife is a lady from Dexter, which was an interesting show. He gets back. He's an ex-con. He has to like basically do some drug deals with the cartel. He meets with the cartel. He's like, all right, we're gonna go and pick up these drugs on the boat. I'm gonna drop them off. If the cops come, like, just drop the drugs and run. Don't shoot cops. What happened? They shot the cops. He goes to jail. He ends up shooting the cartel. Like, oh, why'd you do this? He's like, well, I love my country. Da 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 da. You know, all right, dude, whatever. They put him in prison. Udo Kerr from like the German actor. I don't know if you know who Udo Kerr is. He was in like Blade. He's like, you'll never be a Fleur Blood. He's in there. He's like this crazy German like doctor that's working with the cartel, and they're like, basically, we want you to kill these people for us. If not, we're going to take your wife and we're going to get the baby and we're going to snip the baby's feet off inside her womb.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yikes. So he has to go to all these prisons and fight all these different people for the cartel and kill all these people for the cartel. And eventually he ends up in this crazy prison that's at the very end of the movie with Don Johnson. He's a warden in there, and I'll just leave it at that. But the fight scenes in there are really cool.
Don't ruin it anymore.
Yeah, it's already a lot right there. But the fight scenes are really cool, just the way he moves. That one was cool. And then I really like The Northman. A lot of people love or hate it. That was another good one. Eggers, I think he's a really good director. And I love Mandy with Nicolas Cage. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen Mandy. I saw The Northman, but not Mandy.
Mandy's out there. It's more of an experience. So is The Northman.
Okay.
But But yeah, it's far out. But what he just watch the trailer, Eric. Watch the trailer for Mandy, and then watch the movie. it's
okay.
It's a
I
heavy
think I
metal.
remember the trailer. Like looked like it was pretty balls out crazy. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You got a favorite beer you drink or what? You got a favorite brewski or?
What do I drink? I like kind of. I don't have like well. I love Guinness, but
No, Guinness is good,
my
dude. Yeah,
I
like the
I like
draft.
IPA. I know I like IPAs. I'm on both strata between stouts and IPAs, but I haven't.
An IPA right now.
Last one.
It's a
I haven't had
delicious
a drink in a
stone.
while.
I drink Thursdays. I drink once a week, unless there's like a
Once a
barbecue. I
week.
went to Dillard's, had a couple Coronas over there, but other than that, I don't. I drink Thursdays on this show.
I switched my diet and it doesn't include alcohol. So unless I'm drinking like bourbon or something, so I haven't had a beer. I haven't had a beer, and I don't know how long.
Bourbon.
It's been months.
That's my favorite. Like other than beers, bourbon.
Yeah,
good like rye.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Guinness is my go-to.
Solid.
It's a good one. Not in the summer though. I drink a nice, extra hoppy IPAs. I love them. I don't know why, but I love that bitter.
That bitterness. Yeah, it's crazy down here. There's like oceans of IPAs in California, bro. Like where I go to
here too.
So I do my beer reviews. Where I go, there's literally there's like 1,000 different beers, and I can go build 6 packs, and I only buy I buy 3 different beers whenever I go if I can,
Yeah.
That way, because there's no rating system for alcohol. Like you can buy a beer from Germany, you could buy a beer from, Africa, you could buy a beer from China. There's no rating system. There's no like so if I buy 3 and drink them in the same day, I'm not gonna have some crazy like expiration date hangover, by the time I go to bed. So I can handle that, right?
Right.
So, but man, the German beers are always like my favorites. Like I don't know, I really like the Polish beers and the I don't know the kind of the European beers, but the German beers are really good. I don't know, man.
I don't know them well enough. Although I had a friend who went to Germany and he brought back something, and I don't know, Kunkel, Dunkel. Yeah.
So good because they kind of created beer. Like the oldest brewery like my favorite beer is from Weinstefaner, or they pronounce it Weinstefaner, and they have a plethora of different beers. But my favorite by them is Vitus. It's like a 7%, but it's a dark Hefeweizen, a dark wheat beer. It's so good. It's like 7%, but man, like so many good beers from Germany. That's like recently, that's like the one place I want to travel in the world more than anywhere, because they have Beer Fest. They have the castle tour where we could take the Rhine cruise on the Rhine River and check out all the cool castles.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
They have, I forget the name of the town. It escapes me, but they have the oldest preserved Viking village in the world, even more than anywhere in Scandinavia. They also have the Black Forest. I'd like to go there and just check out some of that stuff. And Wacken, that's another thing. I'm just like, wow, dude, I want to go check out all the stuff there. So, yeah, and they got all that beer.
I've never been out of the country.
I've been to Mexico. Shame. I went to Guadalajara about a year and a half ago to see my father-in-law. And, man, dude, it's like Gotham City, like in Mega City 1 from Judge Dredd put together. And they have this massive fucking art district, dude, like with all these art supplies, like food, delicious tacos everywhere. This massive like art like section where you could buy all these different types of paper and pencils, multiple stores, I might add, and these beautiful Gothic, cathedrals that have been touched by the World War II, by the Nazis. They didn't bomb them. They didn't fly down there, so it's like, wow, man, I could totally like live here, and it's so many Gothic cathedrals like in one spot, so I don't know. I really like that place. I want to go back. I got there in like 3 hours. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Definitely hard recommend. Go check out Guadalajara, dude. I went to this one town called Tapulpa. It's up in the mountains, and it's these pine trees. It's like way up in the mountains, and it's just pine everywhere. It's like you're in Europe. And then you go into the village. It's all like medieval Spain, and there's this badass clock tower. And my father-in-law, he used to service the clock tower there. And
that sounds dirty.
No one, yeah. No one does the clock tower anymore though, but it's this old clock tower. Like the church is like 300 years old or more, you know? But yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's rad.
But yeah, man. Well, I guess it's been about an hour or so, and probably gonna call it right here. Thanks for coming on, Eric. Really appreciate it, bro.
Thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed hanging out, talking about everything, movies and Gothic cathedrals and beers, Battlebrick Road. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Where can people find you at, man?
Everywhere. I'm everywhere. Obviously, the easiest place to find me is Twitter, Eric_Weathers. And that's the same on Instagram and YouTube too.
You got TikTok yet?
That's where I'm at on X. No, I don't have a TikTok.
Get the TikTok. You got to get it going, man. I know you don't want the Chinese to get in there, but
Chinese spying on me.
You got to do it, man.
Know all my secrets.
That's where everybody's at right now. I was telling everybody that at Dillard's house too, at the barbecue. Cool. So TikTok. They can all find you. They can all find you there, huh? I just started my TikTok about 6 days ago. So I'm doing shorts on YouTube, and then I'm putting them over on to TikTok. I'm just going on there, you know. So just seeing what's up. But yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it, man. It was cool. I can't remember the last time I was on a stream with you. I don't even think we've streamed together before. I just know that we've communicated via chat, I think.
I think I've been on this show for the first book. I think.
No, man. No, this is the first time we've ever. I think it's the first time. It's just kind of weird because I've talked to you like on the chat and responded back and forth, so it felt like I've talked to you before. But no, I think it's the first time we've ever. I think it's the first time.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you having me on.
Anytime, dude. Anytime you want to come on. It's been fun. And yeah, man. You guys know where to find Eric. Go check out Battlebrick Road 2. I got the link at the top. And it's pinned at the top, folks. Oh, look. Bascom. He's looking. What's going on? It's really going on over there. What's up, brother? Yeah. And yeah, thanks for watching, folks. Really appreciate it. Always remember to be bold, be brave, and you guys got to roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.